Hey Aerials and Saltos, can't wait to see you back in the gym. In the meantime, I hope you enjoy these classes to have some fun and learn with me, Coach Alex. So we're going to start with 20 jumping jacks, so go ahead and join in. Keep breathing, focus on a nice rhythm, really feel those arms going up and down, get those muscles warmed up, and go ahead and stop and freeze. Okay, now we're feeling a little bit warm. We're gonna twist, do some torso twists. Make sure you're twisting at the hips and at the shoulders, and you can go ahead and turn that leg in too. Now we're gonna wake up those sides. Let's reach really long, stretch it out. And now we're gonna take it to a forward bend and a little circle. We're just gonna do two, so now we're gonna reverse and go the other direction. We're not leaning back just yet, just focus on feeling your body go through every plane of motion there. Nice and controlled. And now you're gonna take body bend backwards. And we're gonna reach forward, straddle out just a little bit further. And you can see me pressing. You're gonna reach over to one foot. You're gonna reach over to one foot and hold for a couple breaths. And then reach over to the other foot, keep breathing, try to stretch it out. There you go. And now back to the center. We're gonna reach through, try to lengthen that stretch out a little bit more. One more time. And now we're gonna try to twist our torso again, but this time I'll lean over. Use the arm on the ground to push into the ground, get a little extra stretch out of it. Now we're gonna hop our feet together to a squat and work on our standing pike stretch. Try to get your nose into your knees, breathe through it. Hold just a little bit longer, try to get a little more stretch out of it. There you go. We're gonna go back to a wider straddle and you're gonna bend your knees. If you dance, maybe you know this as second position or maybe a horse stance if you do martial arts. We're gonna twist our shoulders in, trying to increase the stretch in our hips. Make sure you're pushing your hips down. And now we're gonna drop to our elbows. Just keep breathing, feel that stretch. All right, let's take it to the floor. And so we're gonna do a little nice dynamic kind of warm up. Keep that going on the floor. So we're gonna start with butterfly, a diamond. You kind of have to find what feels good for you. You should feel it on the outside of your hips, and a pike, and then a straddle. Then you're gonna go butterfly, and then a diamond, and then a pike, and then straddle. Make sure that your couches isn't in the way, so make sure you have plenty of space. Right. You can't see my feet, but this is gymnastic, so you want to make sure that they're nice and pointed. Now, as you can see, we're going to stretch over the top first. And then, like we were doing while standing, try to increase the stretch as you lean to the top. And then we'll do both sides. Now, after you stretch, we're going to walk it over. And then we're going to stretch both sides again, walk it over. And now we're going to go to the pancake. So just right in the middle, try to hang out there a little bit. Really increase that stretch. Now you might see my feet moving. Now I'm pointing and flexing my feet just to kind of help my body get used to being in both of those positions so I can control it. And then we're going to go to our pike stretch. I'm going to hold that for a second. Now I have to watch out for my wall, so watch out for your surroundings too. But see if you can stretch that leg up, see if you can get it straight, point that foot. Again, be mindful of your surroundings, so change if you need to. Here we're going to go to our cat stretch. Make sure that your hips are over your knees. Try to get your armpits to the ground. Now we're going to go to our seal and just keep breathing. We have a side seal. Notice how my body's in a straight line. We're going to the other side seal. Going to keep tight, keep pushing down, and make sure our body's in a nice straight line. We're going to look up tall, big smile. Now we're going to go up, and we're going to do our splits. So we know this one, just straight leg, reach out as far as you can. And just keep breathing, keep breathing. Then we're going to sit up, push that hip forward. Make sure you do not move your foot. Okay, feel that stretch in your hip, breathe it out. Sit up nice and tall, nice and tall. And then we're going to slide out into our splits. There you go. Everyone's favorite. Now just breathe it on out here. Nice breath. And show off that nice present. Now we're going to switch sides. There we go. Same thing, straight leg, reach forward. Try to really get a little extra stretch out of it. Keep breathing, chest up. And push that hip forward, same thing as the first side. Keep breathing. All right, let's take it to our splits. Now this is my tighter side, so I go down a little bit slower, but I still want to just ease into it the best I can. Keep breathing. Keep breathing some more. I know we're almost done. Keep holding, keep holding. And go ahead and rotate to our middle splits. I'm trying to keep my hips as low as possible as I transition between splits. And then once I'm in place, I try to slide it down a little bit more. Make sure that your feet, knees, and hips are all in a straight line. And let's go ahead and bring it down. Have a seat. And now we're going to do our bridge. We're going to lay out nice and flat. Going to put those feet by our bottom, hands by our ears. Push up nice and tall. Try to get those arms straight first. And then try to open that shoulder angle as our first goal. We don't want to really put too much pressure in the back. Just try to open those shoulders. Now rock and roll. We're going to squeeze our core. Use your body to stay tight and in a good shape. And then back down. We're going to stretch it out. And again, bend those knees. We're going to put our hands by our head. And try to open those shoulders just a little bit more this time. Tuck your chin if you want a little bit extra stretch. And again, I'm focusing on pushing. If your floor is slippery, be mindful of that. And just try to balance the best you can. And let's go ahead and rock it out. And now that we're warmed up, we're going to get started with our very first exercise. Alright guys, here's our first exercise for today. We're going to practice just running in place. So we want to make sure our arms are in opposition, okay? So first let's check out the feet. You want to make sure that when you start running, you start by lifting the heel. If you notice, I'm not even lifting my toes up yet. I just want to get that heel going so I can start that push off for the run. Okay, now I'm just going to try to push a little bit more force into it, and it almost turns, it's like a little bit of a bounce. It's that little jump that starts to turn into a run. We're going to add the arms, make sure it's opposition. And you're just going to practice that a few times. Try to keep those arms working. Feel the opposition. Now we're going to pick those feet up and point those toes. Try to feel the difference. Alright, we're going to go to the front. Start slowly. Now remember, this is gymnastics, so see if you can try to match my feet and point those toes, and then get those knees up as high as you can, running in place. You're going to stop and stick it. Alright, great job. We've done the first exercise. Alright guys, second exercise coming up. You're going to start with your feet about hip width apart, okay, and we're just going to practice going up to releve. Very similar to like we did in our last exercise. So if you're not sure of releve, maybe you haven't taken dance or don't know it, but you're just standing on our tippy toes. You're trying to get up as high as you can using just your calves. You want to squeeze your body tight and try to push up as tall as you can. We're going to change to the other side. And just at the top, keep fighting. Try to relax your toes so don't push you off of balance. And they're going to go up again. So what we're going to do today is we're just reviewing our releve, and now we're going to use these for releve walks. But first, let's try it together, because we want to balance with all of our weight on top of our feet. So find a spot, keep breathing, try to see where your balance is. Alright, so now time to walk that we practice balancing. Now imagine you have a straight line. Gonna get on those tippy toes, maybe you're on a beam, maybe you're on a tightrope, and you're just gonna try walking forwards. And then once you're done, you're gonna try walk backwards. Remember, be mindful of your space. You can come down out of releve at the end and then go right back up. Keep squeezing tall and try to feel your legs stay as straight as possible as you're stepping backwards. We're going to do it one more time from the side so you can see. Let's make sure my legs are staying straight up. So try to see if you can keep your legs straighter than mine. And now we're going to go backwards. Here, imagine you're on that beam. Reach with your toes. Play with different arm positions. You're not going to fall. You're on the floor, so it's safe. Alright guys, we did it, our releve walks. So now we're going to move into our third exercise, and that's our passe position. So that's just your toe right by your knee on one foot, and the bottom leg is straight. So your leg wants to try to get as flat as it can, like a table. And so you have to play with it and find where that right position is for yourself. Everyone's going to be a little bit different. You're going to try to keep your body super tight and tall. There you go. So that bottom leg's bending, so I have to adjust and straighten it. Squeeze super tight. Alright, so I think we're getting it. So now let's try. Alright, so now we're going to step, and we're going to touch our knee, just toe. We're going to touch our toe right to our knee. Okay, and then step forward. I'm going to make sure my feet are pointed, and I'm reaching with my toes to the ground as I straighten my legs. So nice passe, and then reach with those toes as you step. So we're going to finish backwards. And now we're going to try from the side. Again, toes up, and you can play with different arms. Just focus on trying to keep those legs in control. There we go. Bottom leg straight, knees up high. Keep playing with those arms. Very good job. Alright, keep breathing. Alright, and you've made it through, guys. Very good work. You've done all 3 exercises and a nice warm-up. Next will be our cool down. Alright, welcome to the cool down. We're just going to review some of the stretches we've done already throughout our lesson, and then we will see you guys the next time. So this is our pike stretch. You're just going to hold it, maybe flex those feet a little bit. Try to really deepen those stretches. We're going to go to our pancake now. So about 90 degrees or so. And then just stretch it on out the best you can. You want to make sure those big toes are staying away from the floor. And just keep breathing. Keep trying to lengthen that stretch out. Think about how you used your muscles today while you're stretching. Did you feel them squeeze differently today? Did you feel something better than the last time you maybe tried these skills? Maybe this was your first time learning the passe. Think about how tall you stood when you stood in your releve. Alright, now breathe. We're going to find room, make sure you have enough space. We're going to do our splits now. So we're in our right splits. I tend to start with my good side, but you can choose which side you want to go with first. I'm just going to breathe it out. We're going to switch. Do your other leg. Again, this is my tighter side, so I really have to focus on really making sure I'm stretching, but also in the right position. Well, now we're turning, so we're going to go over to our middle splits. I have to raise my hips up a little bit. Maybe you're more flexible than I am. Maybe you're tighter than I am. That's okay. You're just going to keep squeezing those legs. Try to get them as straight as possible. We're going to bring those legs together. And you guys made it through your first lesson. Good job.